Good evening. Good evening. Thank you. That's the same response I used to get from all my students when I was a middle school principal. Thank you for your attention. We really appreciate you being here this evening at our opening event for Raise for Rams as we conduct our Laughs for Lights event this evening on November 13th. So I'm asked to ask you to silence your phones when you open those candy wrappers that we were graciously given. Do the best you can to do it quietly. I only have one other joke. Here we are. It's about time. Welcome to Laughs for Lights, our kickoff for Raise for Rams. Well, how about a big round of applause for all of you and your willingness to sit and listen to me for a while. All right, we'll get the joke. There you go. Hopefully it still works. All right, so I'm Scott Giegrick. I'm the co-chairman of the Raise for Rams committee with, thank you. I'm a proud, relatively long-time resident of Old Saybrook. My wife, Joanne, and she's home with our brand new granddaughter tonight. She's a school teacher at the middle school. Thank you. We raised our 3 kids here in Old Saybrook. It's a town that has served us well. The schools are great. The parks and recreation activities abundant. Youth and family services are awesome. Our volunteer fire department is amazing. Let's give it up for them as they donated this. I won't be too long. Our public safety department and Department of Emergency Management is noteworthy for all kinds of greatness, including vaccinating more than 25,000 people last spring here in Old Saybrook. As Carl knows, and I always tout, I am so proud of all things Old Saybrook. Our town is among the greatest towns to live in anywhere. I believe that, and I'm proud to say that. I am, like all of you here tonight, eager to participate in this initial fundraising event. It is going to take all of our collective efforts. Ball field lights are fitting for our community that is accustomed to the greatness we know, enjoy, and have come to expect. As many of you know, there's a history when it comes to ball field lights at the high school. So I'm here to say and to shout that the day has come and it's now our time to install and benefit from state-of-the-art ball field lighting that is compliant with zoning laws in Old Saybrook. Our kids, our kids in our community will now have the opportunity to experience the thrill and excitement of Friday Night Lights. And boy, would that have been great this afternoon at our soccer game that we hosted here in Old Saybrook today, that we now have to resume tomorrow as an account of weather. So that's right, Old Saybrook folks. We now can rightfully, legally, and appropriately provide this opportunity for our community. With this shared, we have an ambitious goal to raise the final $150,000 needed to purchase and install these ball field lights. Tonight is our kickoff event designed to provide some fun. I think that's already begun to happen. Some entertainment as we collectively join together to reach our goal. So I'll start with a few thank yous before I share with you ways that you can get involved, help out, and help us meet our goal. Many volunteers spent countless hours at public hearings, doing research, asking and answering questions, and ultimately coming to the realization that 2021 is very different than 40 years ago. The Zoning Commission is to be commended for their deliberate procedures that yielded a fair and reasonable outcome. The Ram Boosters' efforts were huge and certainly helpful along the way. Our Board of Education and their relentless pursuit of what is best for our students is on the precipice of making this dream become a reality. Our first selectman, Mr. Carl Fortuna Jr., has been an ardent supporter as well. I'd like to thank Carl and Superintendent of Schools, Mrs. Jan Peruccio, for their confidence in Al Hyla and myself as we tackle this fundraising endeavor. Looking at tonight, huge thanks to Vin McElhone. He's a local comic, a father, a CCD teacher, and he's a friend. He knows how much this project means to our community. His sons were standout football players at the high school, and he welcomes this great opportunity. When Vinny learned of our mission, he volunteered to help us raise funds immediately. Thanks to Vin McElhone. Mike Souza, he's another great friend, and he's an athletic supporter. Uh-oh. I'm going to hear about that tomorrow at coffee. This is my other joke. You really called me an athletic supporter? You might as well just call me a jockstrap. Seriously. Mike is an accomplished and known chef. He's volunteered his time and expertise to prepare and assemble all of those incredible pizzas that we ate this evening. So thanks to Mike. Luigi's is an outstanding restaurant here in this town. Lenny DeBella from Luigi's went out of his way to make tonight a reality for us. He donated all those pizza crusts. He donated this awesome stage I'm standing on. Luigi's is a real neighborhood restaurant, so thanks to Luigi's. Larry Hayden back there. Larry Hayden's our town tech, amazing individual. I said to him, hey, it's COVID. We had to live stream this event. Can't be that tough. Well, what do I know? I don't know anything really. So I went to Larry, and he's the brains and backbone behind this technical aspect of this show. And for that, I'm grateful. And we have people at home who are safe and doing what they want to do, and they're watching our show, and I'm really pleased about that. And you look at your tablecloths, those centerpieces with the green turf and the lights light up our turf field. All right. All of this stuff, Kathy led with and Phil led with in the back. Many of us know Kathy and Phil. They're always out there doing something for someone somewhere. I went to the polls this year. I see Kathy again. I told her about this event, as I tell every single person I run into nowadays. You got to get involved in this project. Kathy says, I'll do it. I'll be there. I'll help out. And as a result, we have this set up, and I'm really pleased for that. And finally, I thank our Raise for Rams subcommittee. Al Hyla is the co-chair. Al, can you stand up? He's back there. We have Megan Brady right here. Megan Brady, Peter Rothman, Nancy Gatta, and Rich Hanratty. And that's right, Rich's birthday, 38 years old. And we have a student representative, Amelia Seiger-Smith. Each of them deeply invested and passionate about this project. I'm almost done. So how can you help? So tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your coworkers, tell everyone about this initiative. We need to raise that final 150 to install ball field lighting in our turf field. Okay, years ago, I've been involved in this political scene for 18 years in this town. People said, how come we don't have lights? I said, well, we're going to have lights. And Carl knows I said that 10 years ago, we're going to have lights. But once we got the initial kickoff, it was incumbent upon the rest of us to demonstrate that desire for these lights by chipping in your 20s, 30s, 50s, 100s, and more in some cases. Because when we demonstrate that we are committed to this project, I'm certain the town will come through and take care of whatever our final needs may be after we give it a great go. So we have a website, raisedforrams.com, Raised for Rams. That's it. All you need, and you can get there through oldsaybrooklights.com, saybrooklights.com. So we were not branded effectively in the beginning, but we're branded effectively, raisedforrams.com. We have bricks back there that you'll see. That's going to be a great way to support our project. We're looking for everybody to contribute. We're looking to find some people that have inclined to donate 5, 10, 20,000. You know those people, send them our way. We're anxious to raise this money as quickly as we possibly can. I certainly appreciate everybody participating tonight. We're going to have some fun. I'm going to bring the comic up, Vinny McElhone. Before I do that, Vinny has been everywhere. He's been to Mohegan Sun. He's been to Dangerfields in New York. He's been to Chicago, Cleveland. He's even been in Deep River. I think that's one of his jokes. But Vinny's great. He's a committed partner in this process, and he's struggling with some major voice issues this evening, so he'll really serve as our MC, and we're going to have some fun. Thanks a lot. Vinny.
Thanks, Scott. Keep it going for Scott. That was some inspiring speech, wasn't it? That was put a cup of coffee to sleep, for Christ's sakes. You know what I mean? It's pulling in here tonight. I didn't know if I was coming into a comedy show or a bad, scary Netflix movie. You know what I mean? Scott and I go way back. Scott Giegerick and I go way back. And you probably see me I have coffee with him every morning at Starbucks. And let me tell you something. This guy is the least guy that ever needs coffee, isn't he? It would be like giving Joe Biden a tranquilizer, okay? But I got to say, I got to applaud the victory of Carl Fortuna. Where's Carl Fortuna? Where is he? Got one of the shittiest seats in the room. It doesn't make any sense. Carl Fortuna and Scott, a big victory recently in the election. Let's hear a round of applause for him. Running this great town so well as they do, you know? You know what's amazing to me? They ran unopposed, okay? Don't get too excited, okay? You know what I mean? Can you imagine the other party in town just like going like this? They work all year at meetings and all this bullshit, right? Meetings every day. They work like hell. At the end of the year, they go like this. Are you ready to run? They go like this. You can have it. How lazy can this town get right now? You know what I mean? The laziness blows me away, okay? So they won, but they were unopposed. And I'm thinking about running myself, to be honest with you. How many people here would vote for me if I ran next time? I'll kick his ass, okay? You know what I mean? And by the way, I'm going to get Susan to run with me, okay? He made the pizza. I mean, come on. Was the food good? So here's the thing, okay? Old Saybrook, Connecticut, it is. Scott's right. It's the greatest town in the state of Connecticut, is it not? Town of Old Saybrook, right? It's great. Here's the only thing about Old Saybrook. Old Saybrook's an old Indian word. It's an old Indian word. People don't realize this. Look at it. You Google it when you get home. It's an old Indian word. You know what it means? Lots of cops. I don't know if you ever. I love the stage. What is this, for puppet shows or what? This piece of shit right here. This is actually being broadcasted somewhere. Holy Christ. Jesus. This is one of the weirdest gigs of my life. I've been doing this bullshit for 30 years. I never saw something like this. A dance floor? What the hell's going on? It's a great town, Old Saybrook. Really, I love the town. And let me ask you a question. Do you think it's just by chance that Sleepy's popped up right next to the monkey farm? Is that possible? I don't know. I love Bochum Road. You know, I love Bochum. Bochum Road to me is like the gateway to Essex. That's what it is. Here's the problem with Bochum Road that I have. Here's the problem. It's only about a mile long as the crow goes, okay? But it takes 45 minutes to complete the journey. Lewis and Clark would never go down Bochum Road, okay? Lewis would have said, I'm going down Route 9, I'll meet you at the other end, okay? I'm an explorer, not a maniac, okay? Here's what I love too about Old Saybrook. We are the only town in the state of Connecticut that has a Ocean State job lot store located right next to the dollar store. Very competitive. Okay. I like that. Free enterprise. I like that bullshit. Okay. I walked into the dollar store one time. I went like this. I want to buy this string. How much does it cost? Guy goes, $2. I go, I don't think so. I went to the dollar store one time. I walked in there. They had something going on in a clearance rack. Never saw it before in my life. A clearance rack at the dollar store. So I bought like 1 million things and I put them on layaway. Nothing like killing here at the Fireman's Field. It's quite an opportunity for me. My voice, the microphone's not working. Somewhat, yeah. So that's the story, and I want to keep on. I want to keep the show going. I want to keep the next comedian going, and bring him up here. And the next guy is a regular at a club called the Elbow Room in West Hartford, Connecticut. He and I have done it before together many times. You may have seen him there if you go to West Hartford. So we'll keep it going. I'm going to bring him up. His name is Paul Gregory. Put your hands together for Paul Gregory. There you go, Paul.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Keep it going for Vin here, everybody. The last time I performed with Vin, we were at the Kate Theater here in Old Saybrook. Yeah, Kate Theater. Now I'm here. Let's see what he thought of my act. It's not a promotion, no offense, but closing out the football banquet. I was like, is it the theater again? He was like, no, a little different, Still same town. Oh, this is weird. Jesus Christ. Can we get another TV on me? Can we get another one? There's a space in the wall back there. I don't know. Can we get one more up? I was just, I was feeling a little, and just in case, I didn't want to get too arrogant. We were able to see my fat ass from every angle possible. It's just great. The shower wasn't enough earlier before this. Now I get to look at it and confirm I'm as fat as I am with clothing on. Yeah, like, oh yeah, no, it is bad. Okay, yeah. So it wasn't just in my mirror. Okay. Thanks for joining us at home. If you're home and you're watching this, I don't know what to fucking say to you. I really don't. You gotta get it together, man. Just put some pants on first. I will tell you that, because you don't have pants on if you're at home on a Saturday night watching this shit right now. The least you could do when you're done jacking off is put some money in the pocket of these people that are raising it, right? Oh my God. I pulled in, I knew it was a fundraiser. I thought it was for the parking lot outside. It was my first. I was like, oh, it's to repave the lot. I see. All right. It's clear now. Well deserved. Okay. I didn't know 40 pickup trucks should have given it away that my Camry wasn't really going to make it in. The softest landing that I was able, I was like, all right, we're going down. We're just going to ride this thing right in. We'll see. Yeah. Oh, man. That's a good cause for you guys. It's good. Yeah, this is great. It's like this is like the nicest thing you could possibly do in a place, but still be angry about it. You know what I mean? We're going to get the lights. And then the governor, everyone's like, not exactly Virginia school board here, but you guys are close. You have a cause. All right. I don't know if it's going to get us a new governor, but I'll get you some lights. All right. And then you'll regret it. You get all the lights and you go, now what are we going to do? Now every fucking Friday night, we're here. That's what we're doing. Now we can't even go out on Fridays. What do we do to ourselves? No, it's a good cause. It's a good cause. It's I hope your kids are grateful. That's what I should say. I hope they're grateful for it. Not everybody gets to play under the lights. So give yourselves a round of applause for having the, Yeah, it's a weird time. I never know what to expect. Every town in Connecticut is different right now, with COVID and everything. Every town is in a different phase of recovery. Every town is in a different phase of paranoia, right? You don't know what you're walking into. So it's nice to see friendly faces. It's nice to see faces. It's nice to see chins. You have a nice chin, sir. Happy birthday, by the way. Give this guy another round of applause. A happy birthday. Your chin matches your face, the rest of your head. It's good. We got used to it, right? You see somebody with a mask on and then they pull it down for a second and you're like, oh, there's something off there. I don't know why. It didn't bottom half, did not match the top half. That's weird. Yeah. So it's good because I'm tired of the mask thing personally. I'm all set. I'm done. I've had it, and I could see that a lot of people now are sort of in the same place, and that's cool. If you're not, I'm not, speaking one way or the other. All I'm saying is throughout the entire thing, throughout the entire argument, did we really have to tell our children that they were going to kill their goddamn grandparents? Couldn't we have been a little more tactful with them? Like, I see an 8-year-old kid crying, I don't want to kill my grandmother. Couldn't we have just told him Santa wants you to do it? Maybe the tooth fairy is going to be disappointed if you don't wear it. Did we really have to tell our youth they were going to commit 3rd-degree manslaughter? Like, if they didn't, I think we could have eased in a little bit on that. That's all I'm saying. So I'm happy to see that it's kind of going away. It feels good. There's a new kind of pollution out there. It's mask pollution now. You see it on the streets, right? You pull out, you get out, and it's on a sidewalk somewhere. You see masks are just out there. I don't know why it looks dirty. I feel like it's sexual for some reason. Doesn't it have a little sexual to it? You just see it and you're like, ooh, somebody had fun last night. There's 2 of them there. That's right here in the parking lot, huh? All right. I feel like the dirty masks are like used condoms now on the street. I don't know why, but something off is about it. Something's dirty, But it's good. It's good to have a little normalcy because I have children. I have children at home. They're mine. I should say that. I don't just have children in my house. I created them, and I have 5 kids. Yeah, I know. Thank you for applauding that. That's great. Usually I get a puzzling look from people like, really? It's 2021. What are you doing? The 50s? I have 5 kids. So it was tough because they were all in a different, school year. So every year was different that they were attending class in my living room. And it was in this corner, we had kindergarten. In this corner, we had middle school. In this corner, we had high school. And then you look around and you're like, you're all doing the same work. What the fuck is going on? The school system. You guys can just swap out your assignments right now and work together, I guess, on these assignments. So I have kids. The ages are all over the place. And like I said, there's 5. I think if we have one more, we're officially Mormon. I think that's the way that works. Officially Mormon. So I don't know why we keep having kids. I mean, I understand a little bit why it happens, but psychologically, I don't, you know what I mean? I don't know why we keep doing it. People ask all the time, why would you do that? And I don't really have an answer. I really don't. I don't know. She just wants. I don't really have a say anymore in what happens at all in my house, So that's why I came out here. I actually do this to get out of the house. That's what I do. And I can leave the house if I'm working, but she doesn't think this is work because I have fun. So remember that, guys. Make sure you have a miserable life. That's why your wife will appreciate it. All right. If she doesn't get out, she doesn't get out. And our kids, like I said, they're all over the place. So they're 13, 11, 6, 3, and newborn. We have 3 months. Yeah. So thank you. I don't know which one that was for, but it's not for the 13-year-old. I can tell you that. Woody claps for that kid. I don't applaud him either. It's fine. It's cool. I'm guessing it was for the baby, but our baby was a colicky baby. Yes. I don't know if anyone has ever had a colicky baby. You have. You're the one person in here who can empathize with you guys have as well. Yeah. For the other 99 of you, I will explain to you a colicky baby is a baby that never stops crying. It's inconsolable. It's miserable. It's just a crazy baby. It's a psychotic baby. it's Rosemary's Baby. I think nobody wants to be around this kid. Like nobody. Not even Mother Teresa. She would be like, get this fucking kid away. Like she would just, God bless him though, but just get him somewhere else. Like it's really hard because I don't know him yet. Like I haven't seen his eyes because he's just screaming all the time. Like, she's like, do you love him? I'm like, I don't fucking know him. All right. I don't even know who the hell he is yet. I don't know I know I don't like this so far. What I know of him, I'm not quite fond. I can pass and hang out with the other ones, but I guess I'll get to know him at some point in his life. He'll stop crying and open his eyes and look around. Yeah, it's a tough thing because there's just nothing you can do. Like there really is no treatment. I mean, even doctors know that. You take your colicky baby to the doctor and they try to tell you anything except there's nothing we can do, and we don't know why, and you should leave. That's really, and you don't know that at first because you think there's something wrong, and they're just dancing around you. And then at first it's like, we'll bring him in. Then they figure out he's colicky, and they go, just call us. That's fine. Just from now on, just call us. Don't have you call again in a week, and he's like, it's still bad. It's still bad. They're like, yeah, just call us in 2 more weeks. Just call us in 2 more weeks. So we're here, and his mom and I are like Googling, like how do you handle a colicky baby? I get a list of 10 things on how to deal with a colicky baby. The first one is walk away from the baby. That's really number 1. I swear to God, it says that. It says step away from the baby. That's number 1. That's the best fucking thing you can do to handle this baby, is to leave it alone. Number 2 is call somebody. Call somebody's number 2. And number 3 is shush the baby. That's really, now I didn't even go on from 4 to 10, because if number 3 is just to go, shh, the other, how good could the other 7 things be? Yeah, God about that. I was like, it's it, we're done. This is the end of our life. Like this is it. So, but that's the baby, and it's different. We have friends that like don't have any kids yet, like we just somehow we still have that couple that's like they got married, they waited a little bit, that's fine. But when you have friends that are married and they don't have kids and you have 5, everything they say infuriates you. You know what I mean? Mostly because it's stupid. That's really, because they're like, hey, you guys gonna have kids? Or gonna, what do you think? They're like, we're thinking about getting a dog first. That'll help us prepare, just kind of handle that. And I just laugh, because I'm like, well, the dog's not a problem until you have a baby. That's when a dog is a problem. Anybody can take a dog by itself, right? But it becomes a problem. And I'm like, and in no way is a pet. Like is the same as a baby. How do they even make that analogy in their head? Like, I think we're going to prepare for this by having a pet animal. And if that goes well, we'll create a human life. Like, what? It's not the same, all right? First of all, you can't take a baby back, all right? You can't show up to the hospital a couple of weeks later and be like, yeah, we're just in over our head. Our place is not big enough. Clearly, weeks. Is it going to come back in 18 years with full of resentment? No, it's not. We're like, no. If nobody picks him up, he'll be dead in a few months. Don't worry about it. It was a dog joke, not the baby dying. It was a dog. It's all right. You ever go to a friend's house and they have a dog and it's a little rambunctious, right? And you're in and you're like, it's fine. I like dogs. And they're like holding it. They're like, let me get him out. Let me get him out of here. And then they open the door and they kick the dog in the ass. Yeah, if they did that to their kid, you would not be friends with those people anymore. I mean, you might, but you wouldn't go over there, You'd be like, I can't see that again. I'm not going. So now my kids have friends. I was almost late today, actually, because I had to go to a 7-year-old's birthday party. My daughter's friend in her class. I mean, they're not friends. He's in her class. Like now I have to go to some other kid's birthday party. And these parents had it at 4:00 on a Saturday. First of all, fuck you, all right? It's my Saturday. I don't love your kid. Why am I here at 4:00? You know what I mean? And I have to buy this kid a gift. Me and my wife actually argued about it. We argued about the birthday party of a 7-year-old of someone we didn't know. Like she was like, I don't think we can go. We shouldn't go. I didn't RSVP. And I was like, honey, I don't really know how official that RSVP is. All right. First of all, all right. I'm pretty sure they don't care. That's the first thing. Second of all, nobody's really keeping track of us. Right? We don't really, you can just show up. I think there's going to be other people there. The kids don't care. So she's like, well, you have to go get a gift. Well, what gift do you get for a kid you don't love? Right? Like what? So I was at the dollar store. I got him a gift card or whatever, but I couldn't just hand it to him. You know what I mean? I got to get a card. And I can't find a card because I don't know this kid. And I'm already pissed off at him because he's got me there at 4:00 on a Saturday, Every card doesn't fit him. It doesn't fit him because it's like, hey, you're awesome. It's your birthday. Well, I'm like, look at him, like, where's the one that says, hey, you suck. It's your birthday. Try again this year. Be better. We'll reevaluate things next year. So that was the first argument we had today. Every other thing is usually about our kids. It's usually because my 13-year-old is a gamer kid. So I don't know if anybody here has any gamer kids or have kids and are gamer kids or whatever they are. But let me, if you don't know what I'm talking about, let me describe this vacant human being for you. Gamer kids are not really human. Yeah, like they've just dehumanized. They just kind of sit around. He's got bedhead. He smells like dirty laundry. His eyes are glazed over a lot. It's like a young Alzheimer patient I'm raising in my house. That's what it feels like. Only don't have to be nice to him, like I can still yell at him. He plays games a lot and I get it. Like it's fun. I try to connect with him a little bit on it because I remember playing games when I was his age. I did the same thing and it's fun. I get it. But I can't connect because he doesn't even do that the same. It's so different now, like he doesn't even play a video game the way I played. I walked in on him the other day playing a game. That's when he was playing his game. I heard it on and I walk in. He's just watching another kid play a video. He's just watching another kid do it. I was like, what are you doing? Are you watching another person have fun with something you have? I was like, that's weird. That's not right. That's weird. That's like me watch another guy watch porn and jack off. Oh, I like what he's doing there. Yeah, I bet he comes now. It's. Get in the ring, man. What are you doing? You spend $500 for to be some Xbox cuckold. Let's go. Get a hand in there or something. I don't know. It's fucking crazy. Kids are nuts, man. I don't know. We're all different. I'll tell you a little bit about my daughter, my 6-year-old, and then I'll get out of here. My 6-year-old daughter is the meanest person on the planet. I don't understand why little girls are so mean, but they are. And she was born that way. She really was. She's only 6. I really thought women learned how to be mean over time. Well, apparently they're born right there. It's just right. It's factory warranty. It's right. It's already like a new iPhone. You get it. It's already got all that bit. It's like, oh, it says bitch mode on it. That's all right. That's good. I don't have to do anything. All right. Yeah, she's mean. I don't know what happens. I really don't. She draws these crazy drawings. I really don't know what you're supposed to do when your child gives you a drawing of your entire family and you're the smallest person. I'm like, I don't know what you're doing here. I have to tell you that it's good, but I don't like the psychological games that you're playing. Really don't appreciate it, And you can't keep that stuff. You have to throw their stuff out. But you can't do it in front of them. You can't be like, oh, that's good. All right, there it goes. Right now. You don't need that shit. I'm not keeping it. You have to. So me and my wife will wait till she's asleep. to throw her drawings away. That's what we like. We're just in there like it's Watergate. We're like, you have to get the files, you know, like we got a flashlight out. We're throwing it in the dark. We're looking at this shit. We're like, what is this one? Why do we all have capital letter L's for feet? Why are they backwards? I'm like, I don't know. Why did she put black in a rainbow? That's weird. It's fucked up. Let's get rid of it. I don't know that this existed. Yeah. It's tough having the kids because so she's in kindergarten and we had to get her into school and we had to get her, you know, in order to get your kid into school, they have to wipe their own ass. That's what it comes down to. I know that it's great that kids have college degrees and everybody functions in society, but nobody would have done any of this if you didn't wipe your own ass, okay? It's really the stepping stone for your entire life, apparently, because it's the only way they'll accept you in the school. Like, you don't have to know how to read. You don't have to know your colors or your shapes. You just have to be able to wipe your own ass. That is the one prerequisite that they will disqualify you. Like, well, he can read and do math. Can't wipe his own ass. He's out. Get him out of here. Bring him out. Try again next year. That's it. We don't want his kind here. Like, so that's the one thing. And you have to teach your child how to wipe their own ass. Walk yourself through that, people who don't have kids. Because never in your mind, you think you're teaching them all about morals and values their whole life and teaching them great life lessons. No, you're teaching them how to wipe their ass half the time. That's pretty much what you're doing. And my wife usually specializes in this with them. You know, I feel like she's better at it. You know, she's a better instructor. Because I'm 40, I'm still working on it myself. You know, I'm perfected it yet. Me either. It's getting harder every year. I don't know why, but the other day she was out, I had to wipe my daughter's ass. You know, I had to show her how to do it. I didn't know, I wasn't prepared for that lesson. You know what I mean? She just goes in the bathroom and she calls, she's like, Dad, I'm done. And I was like, all right, kiddo. You know, I just, all right, what do you got, a sticker now? What do I do? She's like, now you have to wipe me. You gotta show me what to do. I was like, oh boy, can you just hang out in there for like 20 minutes? Just, your mother's going to be back. Just 20 minutes. Your feet will go numb. I do it every day. You'll be fine. You get up, you walk it off. Totally, you'll be fine. She's like, no, I got. I'm like, oh, God. Oh, my God. All right. So I walk in, and she's just, it's odd. She's got a princess dress on. And it's all puffed up and everything. And I look in, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ. We didn't even feed you that much. I'm like, what? You're 6. How is that? I don't understand. All right. But you're gonna need more than that. Take more toilet paper, you know, like. So she gets more, and I'm like, yeah, you're gonna have to dig in there, honey. You're just looking, and yeah, you're gonna have to go to town in there, all right? But you know what? Let's get these wipes going right here. Let's just get that right off the bat. Let's get that opened up. So I'm trying to show her, and I'm like, no, toilet paper and wipe. Now toilet paper and wipe. Toilet paper and wipe. You know, because that's what I think is the right thing in her situation right now. You know. And she's looking up and she's like, I've never done this at all. This is not any lesson. And I didn't realize it at first, but I was like, that was the one moment I was like, oh, I wasn't teaching her how to wipe her ass. I was teaching her how to wipe my ass. So it establishes a much more disgusting task. This authority is no good, right, sir? This is tomato sauce on Tupperware. You know what I mean? All right, you got to get in there with Dawn, a dish sponge. You got to scrape a little bit, right? Yeah. It doesn't dawn on me, right? I'm in there going with her with this lesson. I'm like, toilet paper, wipe, honey, toilet paper, wipe. Now we have to go to the shower. We got to hose that out. That's usually what happens. That's my time, folks. Thank you very much. You guys have been a great audience. I hope you get some lights. Thank you very much for having us. Please welcome my former CCD instructor, Vince Manuel, everybody. Thank you.
Good job. Keep it going for Paul. How's everybody doing? Okay, you enjoy it? $25, you're screwing us. Okay, come on. It's like a gift from God what you're seeing here right now. Yeah. The pizza, how was? Probably the biggest item Sousa ever made in his life. The pizza. It was unbelievable. Big effort. So here's the thing. COVID, everybody okay? Anybody here get it? People got it, right? You're okay though now, right? Here's the problem with COVID, okay? When it first breaks, I'm so scared. I go to my doctor. I go, do I have any underlying conditions? Okay. He looks at me. He goes, you are an underlying condition. I'm flossing. I'm so scared. I'm flossing my teeth, okay, with rubber gloves. I come out of the shower. I go right to the sink to wash my hands. I'm still following the 6-foot rule. Are you people doing that? I go to bed at night with the wife. 6-foot rule still. I'm in the bed. She's on the floor. I got a big career. I got to get rest, you know? When the COVID thing breaks, what we're doing, we're all at the pharmacy. We're constantly at the pharmacy, right? Getting medicine, getting things to help us out, right? You ever see an Irish guy at a pharmacy? You'll know the Irish guy because I'm one of them. Here's what he does. He waits in line. He moves up. He gets to the pharmacy. He leans over the counter, gets his little bag of medicine. He always goes like this, the Irish guy. He always goes like this. Can I drink with this shit? Will I die tomorrow if I do? But the biggest product at the pharmacy, we forget about screw COVID, is the Viagra, right? That's the biggest thing, right? All you get, we're all friends here, right? How many guys here right now currently taking Viagra? We're friends, right? We're high school people and all that. How many people are here? It's amazing because Pfizer reported 46 billion in sales and nobody's using it. You know what I mean? Except me and my brother. You know what I mean? Here's the thing, okay? They always tell you in the TV ad, they go like this: if you ever have an erection for 4 hours, what do they tell you to do? They call your doctor. Let me tell you something. The day I have an erection for 4 goddamn hours, I'm going to be calling all my friends, okay? I'm not calling any of my doctor. He deflate me, okay? I'm an Irish guy. I got enough problems, okay? You know what I mean? The problem with the Viagra is that it's a lot of money. It's like $50 a pill. I know this because Giegrick told me. Seriously. I didn't know, all right? 50 goddamn bucks. Let me tell you something. I take a pill for $50 and the wife runs out of the house in an emergency. I'm knocking on the neighbor's door, okay? I'm like, hey, Bob, can Sally come out? Because if she can't, you're going down, okay? Sick, huh? Oh, my son, my son just came out of the service, out of the Marine Corps. Yeah. I don't raise pussies, okay? You know what I mean? So. Come out of the Marine Corps, but you know what? He wasn't always a tough guy. He was a kid, you know. We raised him Catholic, very strict Catholic. You know, I teach CCD, which makes sense to you people, I'm sure, right now. So. So he was a kid, you know. He was a kid. I went to his room one day and he's doing things that a Catholic should not be doing. Okay. He's touching himself. Okay? He's 10 years old. And we all follow the Bible. We all read the Bible. The Bible strictly says, thou shalt not whack. I mean, we know this, right? I mean, so I walk in, there he is touching himself. And I go, hey, brother, don't do that to yourself. You know, you're going to go blind, you know. He looks at me, he goes, hey, Dad, I'm over here. With a tough voice, that's the best I have right now. That's all I have. Are you ready for your next act? Are you ready for Angel? Keep it going. I got nothing. I'm running out. I have nothing. I'm working so hard for the money I'm being paid tonight. I can't even tell you right now. This is like overtime for me. Have a seat, please, sir. Okay. Hope you watch your hands. Okay. Here it is. Are you ready? This next guy and I have worked for, I don't know, 25 years together. We've been all the clubs. We've done them all together, he and I, many, many years. Major success. Nothing as big as Fireman's Field. I'm not going to be cocky to say such a thing, okay? But we've done some other things, he and I, many, many times. He is a great act. He's a great friend. Put it together. Angel Rentas. Let's hear it. You're gonna love this guy. He has a good voice. Here you go, man.
Thank you, sir. Let's hear it for him. A good friend of mine. Hey, hear it for him. Great guy. I don't catch anything. How are we doing? Good? What a great place. It's nice to be here at Best Buy. What the heck's going on? Look at all these cameras. Like, and yeah, I look fat. It's like a camera gains like 10 pounds. What are you using? Like 6 cameras up there? Jeez. I'm so glad this is nice to see people without masks. It's nice to see a fellow bald guy. God is our barber, you know what I mean? Like we're sitting there, standing together, we just like 2 regular bald guys, right? Well, with COVID, we put the mask, we look together, we look like a brazier, don't we? It's kind of like, this COVID thing screws everything up. I don't believe. And this is a great cause to get some lights. I think that's anything like for kids, lights is good. Maybe some lights out there too, Jeez. Stevie Wonder's walking around going, gee, you need a dog in this place, Can you light it up a little? Holy smokes. What do you guys got the menu in Braille? It's like, it's ridiculous. No, but it's good to be here, And, I heard you guys talk about cops. The cops here are awesome. They're great, Obviously, Latino community is huge here, And, I feel like I'm here on a scholarship, But the cops are good. They met me over here when I got off the exit. They were nice guys. They escorted me in. Just so I wouldn't get lost. And they're waiting for me to take me back home. These guys are amazing. Can't ask for better service than that, Jesus. This is great. Great. Yeah, this is really neat. Yeah, it's good to be here. And Vin was cool. He called me up and said, hey, you want to do a gig? He said, it's the Kate? He said, yeah, it's kind of like the Kate. Oh, yeah. Nice. Yeah. No. But you have what is this? It's like a prop from like the girl was on the boat. leave me. I would have kicked her out like, give it go. No. This is great. No, but it's good to be here. I am Puerto Rican. With a name like Angel, you're either Puerto Rican or a hooker in LA, right? And, it's into, and I'm a nurse practitioner. I work in the hospital. Any hospital people here? No. And COVID was strange, man. COVID was so hard on me, I was so when it first came out. Is this mic all right? Do we need to go? I thought we were at Best Buy, but Toys R Us is still open. But we're going to make this work, damn it. All right. Because this is a professional show. All right. Professional show. But yeah, so it was really tough when I first learned about COVID and stuff. I was so nervous. I put on everything. I put on all the protection. I even wore, if it's an opening, I could get in there. You never know. So I was so embarrassed. At home, when I got home, I'm not going to give up on this, damn it. I trust you. I believe in you, man. I'm not going to give up on it. All right. No matter what happens, we're going to have a great time tonight. And I was so nervous. And I got undressed in the garage when I got home. I took off my garage. That's how nervous I was. And I was horrified because my neighbors were watching me get nude. You know what I mean? And I wasn't sure if that horrible look on their face was because I was in their garage, You don't think I'm going to take off my clothes in my garage, I'm an essential employee, I'm there protecting the general public. But it was crazy. COVID kind of threw everything off. And I'm those type of things, you had to do that contact tracing thing if you got sick, which is awesome for me because I'm paranoid anyway. I'm one of those guys, if I get the cold, I want to know who gave it to me. You know what I'm saying? You want to know. Don't you get like that? You get a cold and you're like, who gave me this cold? Who was it? Was it Jose? Jose, yeah, he's dirty. I heard him coughing the other day. Yeah, right. Allergies. Yeah, well, let's see how that works out, Well, the problem with that is if you find out who gave it to you, you can't give it back because they're immune. Go to a cubicle and toss an air biscuit or something. I hope you like that thing, You get allergies, my ass, It's just one of those things. And COVID threw off everything, man, I got a COVID dog. he's all nervous and stuff. He has anxiety. I had to put him on hemp. I have a dog on drugs. Anybody have a dog like that? It's like, so yeah, he's on hemp. It's expensive. It's expensive. He's on real hemp. He's smoking pot. I mean, it's ridiculous. He has to get a job at the airport sniffing out drugs to support his habit. And he's like, oh, I smell some pot. It's ridiculous. And he was so nervous, and I didn't realize this. And then, the dog went out, and I thought it was kind of strange. He was out there, and he was so nervous. He poop. Yeah, that's what I thought. And I took him to the vet, and I said, he's eating poop. He's like, and the guy was like, oh yeah, that's normal. I thought, no, it's not. And he said, and the dude gave me pills to make the dog's poop taste bad. How bad can you make shit taste? It's like the dog was like, this tastes like shit. He's all upset. And people are getting animals now because their anxiety is so bad, My sister got a Chihuahua because she has anxiety. Why would you get a Chihuahua if you have anxiety? This is the most ridden anxiety dog in the world. You guys know this? The dog is like, you can't, you're like nervous. He gets nervous. Like, oh, I'm so nervous. You're nervous too. I'm nervous too. I'm nervous too. Hey, give me a joint. Let's smoke a joint and let's get out of here, I don't know why I use a Spanish accent, but that's so fucking racist. I'm ashamed of myself. I shouldn't even be taped right now. You should cut this section out. But it's crazy, man, It's just nuts and stuff, And you should have a dog that's going to protect you and make you feel safe, like a pit bull or something, right? Walk around. Pit bull won't make you. He's going to protect you, right? So I'm so nervous. Oh, don't worry about it. Shut up already. Here's a joint. I got it from a Chihuahua. Stop it. That's a dog. Dog, a man's dog. That's the kind of dog walking around like that. Yeah. My nephew, he's a truck driver. He wanted a chimpanzee. He saw this thing on Nickelodeon, BJ and the Bear. I don't know if you guys remember that. Some trucker driving around with a chimp. The guy wants a monkey. That's the stupidest thing in the world. I said to him, dude, don't you realize you're in Connecticut? Chimps are not good. This is a bad sign, By the time you get to Texas, he'll own you. You know what I mean? You'll be like this, you'll be his bitch. That's what I'm saying, And you can't do anything. You complain in Texas. He's got me held up, and it's like, well, that's legal here. I'm sure you complain that shit in California, But animals everywhere. Yeah. So I do work in an emergency room. And the cool thing about that is that I work with a guy named Jesus. So I like going in there and saying, hi, my name is Angel. This is Jesus. We're going to take you upstairs now. That was a appendicitis, I thought, for a second. But I like the hospital because that's where, I kind of grew up in the hospital a little bit because my parents would take me to the hospital. You ever see people translate in the hospital? It's like, ask her what's wrong. I say, man, ¿qué te pasa? She said, este hombre que no puedo contar jodiendo, esta pierna me duele. Si no me hago con lo mismo, yo me traigo la cara. Dile eso. What'd she say? Oh, she said her leg hurts. It's not like Babu, But, yeah. But English is a hard language. I don't get it. It's really hard learning English. Like you have rules. Like, like I before E except after C. I didn't realize these letters were beefing. You know what I mean? It didn't make any sense. And the vowels, I don't understand the vowels either. They're like snotty vowels. I, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. Sometimes Y? What's wrong with Y? Is it like, does it have an identity problem? Is it like the Bruce Jenner of the alphabet or something, It's Y. Let it be whatever it wants. I'm Y. That's it. Let it be. It doesn't make any sense to me. And Starbucks doesn't make it easy for Spanish people. Oh, no. You guys go to Starbucks. Did you realize that they're tall is they're small? And they're grande is, and then you have to get venti, which I don't know what the hell that means. But any Spanish person knows you can't go bigger than grande, right? Spanish 101. If you want to go bigger than grande, you must go más grande, right? This is an easy concept. Taco Bell understands it, right? Right? Le mas doesn't make any sense. Taco Bell's got it all, man. And chalupa. Who doesn't want to say chalupa every once in a while? Sounds sexy, huh? Hey, how you doing with my chalupa? It's a sexy term, man. They got it. They got it, baby, you know? Yeah. My father's cool. My father learned English from the military guy. He was in the army. Any army people here? Ooh, no army people? Were you in there? It's your birthday, right? You weren't in the army? National Guard, Color Guard, nothing like that? Oh, Marines. Oh, you got to be proud to say that. You got to get up and say, I'm a Marine, damn it. You can use my jock as a hammock, damn it. That's how proud I am, you know? So strong, you know? But that's what it is, man. Yeah, but my dad, you know, he said, you know, I'm happy to be here. So he wanted to learn English right away. So you know what he did? He thought he got FM radio. He thought AM meant American music and FM meant foreign music. So he kept it on the AM station. The only station it took was a Polish station. We were a bunch of Puerto Ricans listening to Polish music. You know? My dad to this day was the only Puerto Rican I know who spoke English with a Spanish accent. No, he was English with a Polish accent. It's like, you see him, Nick, how you doing? Muy bien, doche. You know, it's like, what the hell? It didn't make any sense to me. It's just a crazy guy. But I guess it's tough being, you know, nowadays, you know, so cool. And they try to be, you know, the coolest people in the world. And I want it to be like that. But a lot of times you get caught up in these things. Like, I don't understand this whole reveal party thing. You guys know what a reveal party is? It's actually when you have a kid, you're going to have a kid and you throw a party and reveal. We didn't have that growing up. What did we have? Think of is a paternity test, right? You get a blood test, you find out if you're the father, and if you're not, then you throw a party, you know? Just a little different, but very similar. They got crazy things like that. Like they had this thing called a push present. You know what this is? Yeah, like this. It happened. Like I guess there's a Kardashian or something. She pushed the baby out, and the basketball player gave her a $50,000 ring. A $50,000 ring. That's not a tradition you want to start. You know what I'm saying? In my family, we'll give you something that's equivalent to your job, what you did. So if you squeeze the baby, it's your juice squeezer, you know? And if it's like a cesarean, we get you a toaster. It's just one of those things. It's a little change, you know? It's crazy. I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, I have a daughter who's very, very cool. You know, my daughter's awesome. My daughter's well, both of my kids are adopted from Guatemala. So like Guatemalans, you know. And they're very cool, you know. And my daughter, you know, you want to get the best for your kids, you know what I'm saying? You want to get the best, you know. And I wanted to get my daughter going out and asking for a American Girl doll. You guys know what this doll is? You know how much this doll costs? $125. If I pay $125 for a doll, I'm blowing it up. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's a lot of money. A lot of money. And I said, look, you know, first, you don't need a doll. You should be educating yourself. Educating yourself. On electronics, hopefully. You should be educating yourself. And I said, you know, what you should do is you should grab your culture. Learn about your culture, damn it. Learn about Mayan Indian. A Mayan Indian, damn it. Learn about your culture. So she went, Papi, are you Spaniard? Well, I'm Puerto Rican. We're Spanish, African, and Indian. Yeah, I'm kind of like Spaniard. Yeah, I guess so. She goes, why? I said, well, because your people killed my people. I was like, holy smokes. So I got her $3, you know, retribution, you know, it's a bitch, you know. But there's a cool thing about this doll. This is true. If this doll breaks, you could take it back to New York City and they put it in the American Girl doll store like a hospital. They put a little bracelet on it. They leave it there for put a little gown, and it's just like a hospital. And when you pick it up, they give you a bill like the hospital. And you're there, you go, okay, all right, like $5 for anesthesia. I'm like, is this real? It's like, the lady's like, oh, it's just make believe. Don't worry about it. I'm like, good, it's a make believe check. I hope you know that. It's going to bounce pretty high. So it makes no sense. And my mother was a competitive hypochondriac. You know what that is? That means if you have a pain, she has it worse than you do. It's like, oh, my back hurts. You too. My back hurts too. And the rest of my neck. Oh, it's like, oh, I got to get my appendix out. You too, Bobby. I got to get my wolf of mine out. Damn it. You know, it's like, but she was a good woman. You know, she was a frugal woman, you know, and she would get her hair done on like a Monday, a Saturday. And she would put tons of hairspray on it. And she would sleep out with her head out of the bed to try to make it last a week. She would be like, and of course, my dad would get up in the middle of the night to pee and he'd bang his leg, fall to the floor, start yelling shit out in Polish, you know. But they were great people, man. My parents, they were great. You know, and the thing about it is I didn't get that many toys, you know. Like, you know, after 18 years old, as a Spanish guy in my family, you know what you get for your birthday? You get a statue of Jesus. Now, I'm over 50. I have 25 statues of Jesus. You can't throw Jesus out. You know what I'm saying? You can't. I like to meet the guy who throws Jesus out. Put him out there in the curve. You know what I mean? Because you're going to be nervous all night. You're going to be waking up looking out the window going, and you know, Jesus is going to look back at you. He's going to be there. Like, all right, get Jesus, you know. Don't put him next to American Girl doll. She lies, you know. It's just nuts. Yeah. So I like traveling and stuff, you know. I come from the south side of Puerto Rico, you know, from a small town, Guayama, they call it. It's really small, like, you know, like Ancestry.com is like a dating service more than it is like genetic pool testing type. It's kind of cool because back then when I came, you know, back then it was a sugar town, you know, and everybody thought the United States was one big New York. You know, you see somebody getting a plane, mira, where are you going? New York. What part? California. No kidding. Oh. Gotta throw you off a little bit. The crazy thing about California is if you speak Spanish in California, they consider you Mexican. And if you speak Spanish in Florida, they consider you Cuban. And if you speak Spanish in Arizona, consider you a target. Some of those things like that, you know. But yeah. So I went back to Puerto Rico. I was hoping to travel, open up really quick because I want to travel. You know, I'm one of those guys that like to travel. I was at Bradley International Airport at the Southwest terminal, and I was watching this Southwest big jet, you know, Boeing 747, whatever it was. It was huge, and it was backing up. And I was watching by the whole thing. And all of a sudden I see the window open of the pilot's area and the pilot sticks his head out as he's backing up. And I thought, that's $1 billion plane. Can't you afford a backup camera? My brother drives a $13,000 Hyundai. It has a backup camera. You know, doesn't make any sense. So we end up getting on this plane, and it's interesting because I'm on this plane, and you ever sit coach? I'm always wanted to sit first class because it's huge. Coach is so small. You're stuck in there, and then you have to squeeze out, and you feel like you should get a push present after you get out. You know, that's how tight it is. But I finally one time I got to sit in the row, the bigger row where the exit is, and it's a big deal sitting there because it's got all that room, and I want to be right at the door, you know, because I want to be the first guy out. And you know, and you ever sit there and they give you that test where they just go, can you? All you have to do is say yes. I'm thinking that's the test. You know, I'm not too sure because the guy next in front of the door, and he's got this big tattoo. Well, it's on his neck and it's written like in Chinese or something. Like, who gets that? on their neck. And do they really know what it means? Like, it could say anything like pork fried rice or something, right? We go down, I'm sure the Chinese people are going to be, that's the first guy I'm going to eat. That's it. It makes no sense. So I'm thinking, I'm going to interview this guy. So I'm kind of cool. I want to. I said to him, I'm making this work, man. I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give up on this. I'm going to go all the way. I'm just going to be using the man voice pretty soon. All right. So I sat there next to him and I figured I'm going to interview this guy. So I'm like, I do the intro that most guys do. So how you doing, man? All right. And then I asked him, I said, what's the next say, And, he's like, YOLO. I said, what the hell does YOLO mean? He says, you only live once. I'm like, no, that's not the guy I want in charge of the door. You know what I mean? I want a tattoo that says live Mas. You know what I mean? That's what I want. That guy, not the other guy, It's kind of crazy. But I ended up going to Atlantis. You guys ever go to Atlantis? Atlantis is has this huge slide and it's awesome. And when you get to the top, before you go down, there's a sign that I didn't read. It says cross legs. You know what it's like to get an enema at 300 PSI? I got to the bottom and my Speedos were gone. I don't know where they went to, but I was out of there. My wife is like, are you okay? Your neck is sore. I said, no, those are my testicles. I got to put them down a little bit there. Sorry. It was freaky, man. It was freaky. It was all the way down there, Yeah. So I think I'm getting old, man. And it's interesting because, I don't want, with COVID, I gained all that weight, the COVID weight, and my wife gained a little weight and we had to go to the doctors and she hates going to the doctors because she hates getting weighed. Nobody likes getting weighed. And she's constantly fighting with them. She's like, can't you just use the weight I came in with last year? And the guy's like, no, 6 pounds, 7 ounces. I don't think this is right, And it's always, as a medical person, I hate going to the doctors. I hate going to the doctors. Nobody likes to sit on that table with the grinder roll paper. Nobody likes to sit on that thing, right? God forbid you wet your hands and touch it by accident. There's a spot, You're like, oh my God, there's a spot. The guy's going to walk in and go, hi, how are you? There's a spot right there. It's like, nobody likes that. But I gained weight, and then I noticed that I got man boobs. I don't know if and they would sneak up on you slowly. You sweat and then you look in the mirror and you have that smiley face. You're like, and they're not romantic. They're not romantic at all. My wife says, don't run, don't run. Not romantic, It doesn't work that way. It's so embarrassing. And when you start gaining weight, everybody tells you how to lose weight, right? Everybody does. Guys are like, what you should do? You should run. Running is good for you. I run. You should run too. I'm thinking, I'm not running. My cousin dropped dead running. He dropped dead running from a crime scene and got shot by a cop, but that's different. Running caused it. That's how I look at it, right? And I try, and then people are like, oh, don't worry about it. You should bike. Go biking. Biking is awesome. Well, biking isn't that great. I don't like the clothes. Have you noticed the clothes bikers wear, men? They're tight as can be. Right there. You feel safe. Your penis feels like it's robbing a bank. It's like, it's ridiculous. You feel safe. It's like a minivan. You feel safe, but do you really want people to see you in that thing? You know what I'm saying? No decent guy does, It's not. And I tried everything, I tried to lose weight. And and I found this late at night. I'm so lazy. I saw this weight thing, the shakes. I don't know. You guys see that? Do they have it here in Saybrook? That shake weight. You see that? Late at, yeah, you know what I'm talking about? That shake weight thing. And I thought to myself, when has this motion made you lose weight? I would have been the skinniest kid in high school. I would have been like, made no sense. It was pathetic. So anybody get a Peloton? Anybody got a Peloton? You see this Peloton bike thing? Yeah, I got it. I got to be honest. I got it. You got a Peloton? Yeah, I got a Peloton and I get on it. Guy Alex Toussaint. And I get on it and this guy, Alex Toussaint, he's just way too happy. He's like, go, go, go. I'm thinking that I can't even do this. And I called him up and I was like, do you have a Peloton couch? I like to say slow. Peloton couch. Accessories, that's what I want. Something like that. Nothing big. And I tried Weight Watchers. You guys try Weight Watchers? Weight Watchers is like, they count points, right? And for food, they count points. And I don't know if anybody's ever been to lunch or dinner with these people, but it's like going to eat with the Rain Man. Walking around going, beefcake, 2 points, yeah, 2.5, yeah, definitely. I can't eat that cake, 2.59. Definitely, yeah, definitely. The coffee, sweet cake, 45, like, shut up, get away already, doesn't make any sense. Like, take the points and go right to the wine, it's it. Makes no sense. Drives me crazy. Oh, how bad can it be? So yeah, the hard thing about getting old is I had to get a colonoscopy. Yeah. You think that's tough when you're a regular guy, but when you work in a hospital, you know everyone. Yeah, I tried to get mine done in Florida, but like, no, it doesn't cover it, And those GI guys, they're the only people that can walk around and go, yeah, I know that asshole, It's like, they're right, And it's really weird, and I was so nervous, and you know what? It's not that bad, but the prep, that's where the money is, right? You know what I'm saying? I had 50,000 steps on my Fitbit just in 6 hours going from the bathroom to the bedroom, to the bathroom, to the bedroom, to the bathroom. I don't know. And I was so nervous because I was the first guy. At 7 o'clock, I had to be there. And I thought, I'm still going here, He was going to be going up there, and the water's going to be coming out. I said, nobody should work going upstream. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're a salmon, because you get lucky at the end, obviously, you know what I'm saying? But that's it. Nobody else should be doing that. But it worked out all right, but they put gas in there, and it has to come out. And I'm thinking, I've seen this before, but I didn't realize it was that much gas. I don't know what he did, but I was like, actually levitating. It was like a freaking genie and stuff. It's ridiculous. I was so nervous. I wanted to get out of there because people know me. And I was like, I got out of here. My wife drove me, and I said, "Oh, stop over here, and we gotta get something to eat." And I got out of the car, and she goes, "Baby, what the hell's that?" I was like, "Oh, it's saline." And I still left over. She goes, "No, that's shit." Okay, what the fuck that shit is? It's coming out your ass. It's shit. I was so embarrassed. I left a little spot on her chair. She made me clean it up. She was so pissed. I am not getting in that car. You clean it up. Very embarrassing. Very embarrassing. Oh, God. Yeah. So, yeah, the colonoscopy was fine. And they found my Speedo, by the way. So worked out fine. So, it's like, there those things go. Silly. So much for that trip, Yeah. So I've been married. I've been married for 5 years. Married. 35 years. Yep. And the thing about it is, you gotta pick up these subtle clues. You know what I mean? You gotta pick up these subtle clues. My wife was driving me to the airport. I'll give you an example. So I was driving me to the airport, and I was telling her how to drive. It was like, speed up, go left, go right, and she was pissed. She didn't say a word. Pay attention to the subtle clues. She looked at me, she reached over and turned off the passenger airbag. Now that's a subtle clue. You got to pick up these clues. You know what I'm saying? You want to stay married, pick up these clues, man. If your wife's Google search says duct tape and how to take bloodstains out of a trunk, that's a subtle clue. Pick it up. You don't want to be one of these people going on these cruises and only one comes back. You know what I mean? It's not going to happen. That's the way it is. And my wife and I have been married a long time. And the great thing about it is, as married people, we just know each other really well. This is what it's all about. As I get older, and as I get older, I also have issues with my face. I noticed it when I get out of bed, the pillow marks don't go away right away. I get up and these still right away. Now it takes about 4 hours to go away. You know, and I work in a hospital. Botox will work great. I can't use Botox. I'm a very vain person, man. I use too much Botox. I'll end up like one of them women in Greenwich that can't yell fire, like, "Arr, arr, 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 arr." What's that, Alan? Fire, arr, 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 arr. I'll die of smoke inhalation, man. The fireman will get there and say, "Oh my God, he's dead, but the skin looks amazing, doesn't it? Like, is this shea butter or what is that?" And my eyesight is going bad, you know. I can't. My wife has a mirror in the bathroom that makes your face look 10 times magnified. 10 times magnified. Nobody should see their face 10 times magnified. There's a reason why God takes away older. It's God protected plan. My wife and I understand this system. That's why we get undressed in the dark. You know what I mean?
Let's hear it for all the people that are doing, that did things during this whole pandemic. Healthcare workers, where are you? Stand up. Please. Serious note, this town, this community appreciates all that you've done to make us get through this thing. Seriously. And Scott Giegrick for doing this event here for the lights. We've been waiting 30 years for lights. We got them finally. The whole event is about the lights. My kids were playing football here. We wanted the lights back then, but we didn't have them. The way they played football, I was glad they didn't have them. I told my kid, he was the quarterback, I go, "You can't throw a goddamn ball." Scott Giegrick, great job. Angel Rentas and Paul Gregory, I thank these guys for coming out tonight. Have a great night and a great holiday season.